You're Drifting Off with WSLP AM, Big Rapids. WSLP, Sleep Baseball.
The Northwoods Baseball Radio Network presents Sleep Baseball. Tonight, from Evermor Park in Baraboo, Wisconsin, it's the Baraboo Bombers hosting the Tomah Tigers of Tomah, Wisconsin. And now your host, Wally McCarthy.
Those were probably the best pancakes I ever had. And hello again, friends. We thank you for being with us this evening. Wally McCarthy and producer Phil reporting from historic Evermor Park here in Baraboo as the Bombers host their rivals from up the road, the Tomah Tigers. We should have a good matchup this evening as two of the best pitchers in the league face off against each other. Hiroki Nomo for the Tigers and Rick Stetson for the Bombers. And it's Farmers' Night here at Evermor Park. We had a petting zoo out in the parking lot before the game. And during the stretch this evening, we'll have a cow milking contest between a Bombers player and a Tigers player. It's a beloved tradition here in Baraboo, and we're happy to be here for it once again. And it is a perfect night for a ball game here in the Wisconsin Dells. 71 degrees at game time, and not much more than a light breeze blowing around this evening. And a quick note from producer Phil. A warm greeting from all of us at WSLP to the good people at the Bel Air Area Historical Society in Bel Air, Michigan. They are doing good work with their mission of telling it like it was, and we thank them for listening. Let's take a look at the starting nine for the visiting Tomah Tigers. Vaughn Kramer will lead off at second base. Left fielder Prudence Jefferson will bat second. Batting third, center fielder Schmitty Diaz. Third baseman Bert Sessions will be in the cleanup spot this evening. Batting fifth, first baseman Ernesto Stern. Right fielder Bruford Kosinski will bat sixth. Batting seventh, catcher Ted Brown. Shortstop Sharky Bush will bat eighth. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Hiroki Nomo. Nomo enters tonight's game with a record of 10-4. with a 3.18 ERA. And the Tigers are managed by notorious hothead Yuki Fukuda. Those are the Tigers. Here are the Baraboo Bombers. Bugs Yamaguchi will lead off in right field. Second baseman Blaze Winterbottom will bat second. Batting third, first baseman Manny Del Greco. Left fielder Joe Bill Silver will bat cleanup. Batting fifth, third baseman Dieter Gomez. Buddy Lamont will bat sixth. He's in right field this evening. Shortstop Tiny Howell will bat seventh. Batting eighth, catcher Buzz Norton. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Rick Stetson. Stetson enters tonight's game with a record of 9-5, with a 3.87 ERA. And the Bombers are managed by veteran skipper Mick Jenkins. And before the game is underway here at Evermor Park, it's time for producer Phil to pull a name out of the WSLP fishbowl for tonight's Instagram winner. If you'd like your name to go into the fishbowl, head over to sleepbaseball.com and follow us on Instagram. If that sounds like the kind of thing you're into. And tonight's winner is Craig D. Congratulations, Craig. Producer Phil will be in touch on Instagram to sort out the exciting details. And crew chief B.R. Montebianco hollers play ball. So we are underway here at Evermor Park. And Vaughn Kramer checks in against Rick Stetson. A righty-righty matchup. And Stetson's pitch. Fastball low and outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Another fastball called a strike. 1-2. And the 1-2. Bender misses just a bit outside. 2-2. The 2-2. Bouncer to second. Winterbottom handles it and flips to first to retire Kramer for the first out of the inning. And here's Prudence Jefferson with one away and nobody on. Righty versus lefty. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball high and tight. 1-1. The 1-1. And he does not offer at a low curve. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 2-2. And the 2-2. Hard grounder up the middle. And that one gets through the infield. And Jefferson is aboard with a 1-out single. So a runner on first and one away for Schmitty Diaz. Righty against lefty. And Stetson from the stretch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slashed foul off to the right. 0-2. The 0-2. Breaking ball down and in. 1-2. Jefferson takes his lead at first. And the 1-2. Grounder to short. Howell to second for one. The throw to first is not in time. So they get the lead runner at second. Diaz is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And Bert Sessions steps in with 2 down and a runner on first. Sessions is a switch hitter, and he'll bat left against Stetson. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-0. And the 1-0. Popped foul and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Ripped into center field. And that one drops in for a base hit. So runners on first and second now. 2 down for Ernesto Stern. Righty against righty. and Stetson from the stretch. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Popped up shallow center. Howell is calling for it. And he makes the catch to end the inning. The Tigers strand a pair and they do not score. And after a half, it's Tigers nothing, Bombers coming up. After these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey there, it's Dana Dedrick, and I'm thrilled to bring you Love Notes, where we blend the best of smooth jazz and relationship advice to create a cozy late-night listening experience. Finding love and keeping it doesn't have to be so mysterious. Tune in weeknights at 10 p.m. to unwind with some mellow melodies and get tips on how to build and maintain healthy relationships. Love Notes, weeknights at 10 p.m. on WSLP, Big Rapids.
Bottom of the first inning here in Baraboo at Evermor Park. It's a scoreless ball game, and Bugs Yamaguchi is due up against Hiroki Nomo. Righty against righty. And Nomo's pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slashed foul and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into deep right field. And that one will knuckle foul and out of play. 1-2. Yamaguchi missed a home run by mere inches. And the 1-2. Grounder to second, scooped up by Kramer, who flips to first to retire Yamaguchi for out number 1. And here's Blaze Winterbottom with one away and nobody aboard. Another righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2. Fastball down and in. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Bush has it and fires to first to retire Winterbottom for out number 2. So bases empty, 2 down for Manny Del Greco. Righty versus righty. And the pitch. Fastball high and outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hit in the air to deep center field. Diaz will have room, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Hiroki Nomo sets them down in order here in the bottom of the first. And with 1 in the books here at Evermor Park, it remains a scoreless contest. We'll be back with the second inning in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you from Baraboo, Wisconsin at Evermor Park. It's the top of the second inning here. Still no score. And Bruford Kosinski checks in against Rick Stetson. Righty against lefty. And the pitch. Changeup misses outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider in the dirt. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 2-2. The 2-2. Fastball rings him up, and Kosinski is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. And here's Ted Brown with one away and nobody on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Broken bat hopper to short. Howell has it and fires to first to retire Brown for out number 2. And Sharky Bush steps in with 2 down and nobody on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Curveball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Fastball low and in. 1-1. The 1-1. Hooked foul down the left field line. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low curve. And Bush strikes out to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Rick Stetson here in the top of the second. And we are still scoreless here at Evermor Park. We'll be back with more baseball in a moment here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Tim at Baraboo Necessities. Where can you go in Baraboo to find everything you need? That's Baraboo Necessities on Berkeley Boulevard. The first 10 customers that come to our grand reopening get a Baraboo Bombers baseball cap. Baraboo Necessities, we've got what you need.
And welcome back with us from beautiful Evermor Park for the bottom of the second. It's still a scoreless contest here as Joe Bill Silver steps in against Hiroki Nomo. A righty-righty matchup. And Nomo's pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. the 0-2 pitch. And he takes an awkward hack at a high heater. And Silver is down on strikes for out number 1. And here's Dieter Gomez with 1 away and nobody aboard. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Tapper down to third. Sessions has it and fires across in time to retire Gomez for out number 2. And Buddy Lamont steps in with 2 down and the bases empty. Another righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slider misses low. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball into left field. Jefferson is calling for it. And he makes the catch to end the inning. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for Hiroki Nomo here in the bottom of the second. And it remains a scoreless ball game. We'll be back with the third inning in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
$10.3 AV. Specializing in Betamax and multi-regional DVD. The only such service in the Quint City area. $10.3 AV.
Top of the third inning here at Evermor Park. Wally McCarthy and producer Phil reporting. No score here as Hiroki Nomo steps in against Rick Stetson. Righty against righty. And Stetson's pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2. Slider runs low. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater, and Nomo strikes out for the first out of the inning. And here's Vaughn Kramer at the top of the Tigers' order. Kramer grounded out in the first inning. And the pitch. Curveball down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider misses low. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Curveball called a strike. 2-2. The 2-2. Fastball cut on and missed, and Kramer is down on strikes for out number 2. Bases empty, 2 down for Prudence Jefferson. Jefferson had a base hit in the first. And the pitch. Hard grounder to short. Gobbled up by Howell, who fires to first to retire Jefferson to end the inning. And after a rocky first inning, Rick Stetson has retired 7 in a row, and it remains a scoreless contest here at Evermor Park. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey kids, this is Blink Rederson. I'm here at Ted's Fishing World, and I just want to say they've got some great deals for people that like to fish or wish they could fish. They have reels, and they have lures, and they have bait. RLB, they call it. You can get the RLB special 25% off if you mention my name, Blink Rederson. Ted's Fishing World. If fishing's in your head, trust Ted. Ted.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you in Baraboo for the bottom of the third. It's still a scoreless game, and the Bombers will bring the 7, 8, and 9 batters up against Hiroki Nomo. And Tiny Howell will check in, righty against righty. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider down and away. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball into right field. Kosinski will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Buzz Norton with 1 away and nobody on. Another righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. And that one is smashed into deep center field. That one falls into the gap for a base hit. Norton rounding first. And he'll be aboard with a stand-up double. So a runner on second. 1 away for Rick Stetson in the 9 spot. And the pitch. Lifted foul of third. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball runs outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Hard grounder to second. Kramer makes a diving stop and he flips to first to retire Stetson. But he moves the runner up as Norton advances safely to third. And here's Bugs Yamaguchi at the top of the Bombers' order. Yamaguchi grounded out in the first. And no-mo from the stretch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Another low slider. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball high and outside. And Nomo falls behind. 3-0. And the 3-0. Slider down and in. And Yamaguchi is aboard on a 4-pitch walk. So runners on the corners now. 2 down for Blaze Winterbottom. Winterbottom grounded out in the first. And the pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to shallow center. Bush calling for it. And he makes the catch to end the inning. The Bombers strand a pair and they do not score. And with 3 in the books, we are still scoreless here at Evermor Park. We'll be back in a moment with the 4th inning, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Top of the 4th here on this perfect night for a ball game at Evermor Park. Still no score here as Schmitty Diaz steps in against Rick Stetson. Diaz reached on a fielder's choice in the first. And Stetson's pitch. Chopper to second. Winterbottom has it and flips to first to retire Diaz for out number 1. And Bert Sessions steps in with 1 away and nobody on. Sessions had a base hit in the first inning. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider misses low. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. High fly ball, deep left field. Silver drifting back. And he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. And Ernesto Stern checks in with 2 down and nobody on. Stern popped out in the first inning. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hammered foul off to the right. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing, no swing, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater, and Stern strikes out to end the inning. Three up, three down for Rick Stetson here in the top of the fourth, and it remains a scoreless contest. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Salty Sal of Salt City Confections. In addition to our world-famous popcorn balls, try our bonbons, rock candy, and nut-covered sweetmeats. We're located on the Manistee Riverwalk, next to the world's largest cupcake. Salt City Confections, your confection connection.
Still scoreless here at Evermor Park as we enter the bottom of the fourth. And Manny Del Greco digs in against Hiroki Nomo. Del Greco flied out in the first inning. And Nomo's pitch. Curveball misses just a bit outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball down and in. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Popped up short left. Jefferson is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Joe Bill Silver with one away and nobody on. Silver struck out in the first. And the pitch. Hard grounder to short. Bush has it and fires to first to retire Silver for out number 2. And that will bring up Dieter Gomez with 2 down and the bases empty. Gomez grounded out in the first. And the pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on a low slider. And Gomez strikes out to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Hiroki Nomo here in the bottom of the 4th. And it remains a scoreless ball game. The 5th inning coming up after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Winston T. Winston, president of WSLP Radio. I'd like to invite you to the Big Rapids Airport Lounge for a special night of fun and brevity with Frank Gilbert. It's WSLP night on the main stage, and fun is guaranteed for all. The 2-for-1 margaritas go well with the comedy stylings of Frank Gilbert and Fritz Ortega's Super Nachos. I hope to see you at WSLP night at the Big Rapids Airport Lounge. Save a seat for me, Winston T. Winston.
Top of the 5th here in Baraboo. Still a scoreless game. And Bruford Kaczynski is due up against Rick Stetson. Kaczynski struck out in the 2nd. And Stetson kicks and delivers. Hard grounder to short. Howell is there and fires to first to retire Kaczynski for out number 1. And here's Ted Brown with 1 away and nobody on. Brown grounded out his first time up. And the pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hammered foul of third. 1-1. The 1-1. Fly ball into right field. Lamont is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And Sharky Bush checks in with 2 down and the bases empty. And Stetson's pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that curveball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded at third. Scooped up by Gomez, who fires across just in time to retire Bush to end the inning. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for Rick Stetson here in the 5th. And it remains a scoreless contest. We'll be back with more baseball in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. You know me. This is Ed Uncle Hat. My good friends at Ed Horn's House of Sleep asked me to drop by and talk to you a minute about their mattresses and other sleep-related items. Beds, headboards, nightcaps, and essential oils. They just added the essential oils last week. Ed Horn's wife, Beatrice, got over there, and she's really into the essential oils. She makes her own. They have a few little tubs out back. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ed Horn's House of Sleep. You don't need to count your sheep if you go to Ed Horn's House of Sleep. Ed Horn.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in a scoreless game at Evermor Park. And producer Phil reporting that the Cars-Ravens game this evening has been rained out. So they'll have to make that one up tomorrow evening. All right, Buddy Lamont steps in here against Hiroki Nomo. Lamont flied out in his first appearance this evening. And Nomo's pitch. Chopped foul down the first base line. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball misses high. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball called a strike. 1-2. and the 1-2. Fastball misses very high. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3, and Lamont is down on strikes for out number 1. And here's the big man, Tiny Howell, with 1 away and nobody on. And Nomo's pitch. Fouled back and into the seats. 0-1. And the 0-1. Grounder up the middle. And that one squeaks through the infield for a base hit. And Howell is aboard with a 1-out single. So a runner on first, 1 away for Buzz Norton. Norton doubled in the third. And Nomo from the stretch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball low and outside. 2-0. The 2-0. Hard grounder to first. Stern fires to second for 1. Back to Nomo covering first in time. And that's a 3-6-1 double play to end the inning. The Bombers do not score, and with 5 in the books, it remains a scoreless contest here at Evermor Park. We'll be back with the 6th inning in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Top of the 6th here at Evermor Park. Still a scoreless game, and Hiroki Nomo steps into the box against Rick Stetson. Nomo struck out his first time up. And Stetson's pitch. Fastball called strike one. And the 0-1. And that fastball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses low. 2-2. And the 2-2. Fastball down and in, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And Nomo strikes out for the first out of the inning. And here's Vaughn Kramer at the top of the Tigers' order. Kramer is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-1. The 0-1. Changeup called a strike. 0-2. And the 0-2. Fastball upstairs. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3. And Kramer is down on strikes for out number 2. And Prudence Jefferson checks in with 2 down and nobody on. Jefferson is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the first. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Chopper to first. Del Greco will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Rick Stetson here in the top of the 6th. And it remains a scoreless contest here at Evermor Park. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is the Reverend Ira Gay for the Buck Stop Inn Community Theater. I hope you'll join me for their production of Our Town. The Buck Stop Inn Community Theater. Making things happen.
Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you from Evermor Park on this perfect night for a ball game. There is still no score as we begin the bottom of the 6th. And Rick Stetson steps in against Hiroki Nomo. Stetson grounded out in the 3rd. And Nomo's pitch. Sliced foul and into the stands. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled off the plate. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. 2-2. The 2-2. Slider down and in, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Fastball called strike 3. And Stetson is down on strikes for out number 1. And that will bring up Bugs Yamaguchi at the top of the Bombers' order. Yamaguchi grounded out in the 1st and walked in the 3rd. And the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. slider misses outside. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball called a strike. 2-2. And the 2-2. Another curveball called a strike, and Yamaguchi strikes out for the second out of the inning. And here's Blaze Winterbottom with 2 down and nobody on. Winterbottom is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Grounder back to the mound. Nomo handles it and tosses to first to retire Winterbottom to end the inning. We've played 6 scoreless innings here in Baraboo, and we'll be back with the 7th inning in a moment after these messages on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Jen Fredner, Mayor of Big Rapids. I'd like to invite you to tune in to the Quint Cities Celebrity Golf Invitational, or even better, join us in person. Guests include Galvin McLeod Jr., Blinky Malone, Fritz Ortega. Oh, and did I mention Beans Captain Bender Sorensen? Join me, Jen Fredner, Quint City Celebrity Golf Invitational, only on WSLP.
Top of the 7th inning here at Evermor Park. And we've got something of a lazy pitcher's duel here this evening. Still no score as Schmitty Diaz digs in against Rick Stetson. Diaz reached on a fielder's choice in the first and grounded out in the fourth. And Stetson's pitch. Fastball brushes him back. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside. 2-2. and the 2-2. Fastball cut on and missed, and Diaz is down on strikes for out number 1. And Bert Sessions steps in with 1 away and nobody on. Sessions is 1 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Slashed foul of third, 0-1. And the 0-1. Grounder to first. Del Greco will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to retire Sessions for out number 2. And here's Ernesto Stern with 2 down and nobody aboard. He's 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Changeup runs high. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball rings him up, and Stern strikes out to end the inning. And that's 19 in a row set down by Rick Stetson. And as we head into the stretch, it remains a scoreless ball game here at Evermor Park. And now the cows are being brought out onto the field for the Farmer's Night Milking Contest. And it looks like the big man, Tiny Howell, will represent the Bombers. And for the Tigers, Prudence Jefferson. And we'll be back with more baseball here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
You know me. This is it, Uncle Hat. It makes sense that Lake City would have the finest water ski emporium in the world, because Lake City is the home of water skiing. It's where it was invented. I want to tell you about the good folks at Samuelson's Ski Shop there in Lake City. They got everything you need for water skiing. Skis, cable barks, life jackets, soft shells. You know the drill. Why don't you go on into Samuelson's Ski Shop and tell them that Uncle Hat said hi.
And welcome back with us from Evermor Park here in Baraboo, Wisconsin. The grounds crew is still cleaning up the detritus from the Farmers' Night activities. And this may be the last time that livestock will be allowed on the field here at Evermor Park. In any case, we're ready to begin the last of the 7th here. Still no score, and Manny Del Greco is due up against Hiroki Nomo. Del Greco is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball misses inside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hammered into right center field. Diaz drifting back. And he will run out of room as that one sails over the wall. And that's a long, lazy solo home run for Manny Del Greco. And the Bombers are on the board here in the bottom of the 7th. And it's a 1-0 ball game. And here's Joe Bill Silver with the bases empty and nobody out. Silver is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball called a strike. 0-2. And the 0-2. Line drive down the left field line. And that one drops in for a hit. Silver hustling for second. And he will slide in safely ahead of the tag. And Joe Bill Silver is aboard with a double here in the bottom of the 7th. So a runner on second, still nobody out for Dieter Gomez, who grounded out in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. And Nomo from the stretch. Liner into shallow center. Diaz racing in. And he makes a diving catch for out number 1. And Buddy Lamont checks in with 1 away and a runner on second. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and outside. 2-2. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And Lamont is down on strikes for out number 2. And Tiny Howell steps in. Howell is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 5th. Silver with a slight lead at second. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Base hit into right field. Silver being waved home. And he will come in to score. And that's an RBI single for Tiny Howell. And the Bombers now lead 2-0. So a runner on first, 2 down for Buzz Norton, who is 1 for 2 this evening. And Nomo's pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hammered foul off to the right. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Slider runs low. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball called a strike at the knees. 2-2. The 2-2. Grounder to short. Bush has it and fires to first in time to retire Norton to end the inning. But the Bombers score a pair, and with 7 in the books, it's Bombers 2, Tigers nothing. We'll be back with the 8th frame in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. This is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP. I would like to cordially invite you to WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax. Look for the large circus tent and the clowns making balloon sculptures. Balloons provided by Mr. King's Party Goods. There will be hot dogs and chips and snow cones and cotton candy, blue and pink flavors. Please join me, Winston T. Winston, Wally McCarthy, and Blink Rederson, and other special guests to be announced at WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax this weekend. Thank you.
Top of the 8th here in Baraboo at Evermor Park. The Bombers leading 2-0, and Bruford Kaczynski digs in against Rick Stetson. Kaczynski with a strikeout and a groundout this evening. And Stetson's pitch. Fastball misses inside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slider downstairs. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Bouncer to third. Long throw to first. Not in time. And Kaczynski beats the throw, and he's aboard with a leadoff single. And here's Ted Brown with a runner on and nobody out. And Stetson from the stretch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. And that fastball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to short. Howell to second for 1. Over to first in time. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. And Sharky Bush steps in with 2 down and nobody aboard. And Stetson's pitch. Fouled back and into the stands. 0-1. And the 0-1. Popped up on the infield. Stetson calling for it. And he makes the catch to end the inning. The Tigers do not score. And after 7.5, it's Bombers 2, Tigers nothing. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball after these messages on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you from beautiful Evermor Park for the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bombers leading 2-0, and they'll bring the 9-1 and 2 hitters up against Hiroki Nomo. And Sparky Ventura steps in to pinch hit for Rick Stetson. A righty-righty matchup. And Nomo's pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball up and in. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fly ball right side. Kosinski will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Bugs Yamaguchi at the top of the Bombers' order. And the pitch. Bouncer to first. Stern will have it unassisted. And he steps on the bag for out number 2. And here's Blaze Winterbottom with 2 down and nobody on. Winterbottom is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Skied foul and into the stands. 0-2. The 0-2. Fastball high and tight. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low slider. And Winterbottom strikes out to end the inning. The Bombers go down in order here in the bottom of the 8th. And it remains Bombers 2, Tigers nothing. We'll be back with the 9th inning in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Giovanni Gasparo. When I was a kid, we did all kinds of crazy things, like to stand on our heads and eat a cracker. Later, some of my friends had turned to their drugs, and all kinds of things happened to them. This has been Giovanni Gasparo with the PSA for WSLP.
Top of the 9th inning here at Evermor Park. The Bombers leading 2-0. The Tigers will bring the 9-1 and 2 hitters up against Bombers right-handed closer, Ron Nancy. And Simon Hashimoto steps in to pinch hit for Hiroki Nomo. A righty-lefty matchup. And Nancy's pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Slider low and outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Curveball down and in. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. One hopper to third. Gomez handles it and fires across in time to retire Hashimoto for out number 1. And here's Vaughn Kramer at the top of the Tigers' order. Kramer is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. And he takes an awkward hack at a low slider. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Hard grounder up the middle. And that one squeaks through the infield. And Kramer is aboard with a 1-out single. And the Tigers will bring the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 9th. And Prudence Jefferson steps in. Jefferson is 1 for 3 with a base hit in the first. And Nancy from the stretch. Slider low and away. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that slider is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Grounder to short. Howell to second for 1. Over to first in time. And that's a 6-4-3 double play to end the ball game. So the Bombers take this one at home by a score of 2-0. For the victorious Baraboo Bombers, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. And for the visiting Tomah Tigers, no runs on 4 hits and no errors. Rick Stetson notches another win. Ron Nancy gets the save. Producer Phil and I will be back with the post-game show in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.